Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to some Amnesia, a machine for pigs. Am I crazy? Or does it look like, based on the way he's holding the lantern, that the lantern is actually like inside of his fingers a little bit? Maybe it's just me. But anyway, we're moving on, still looking for our kids. We left to find like a different entrance to the location, to the mansion or something. Twin candles bent to the will of the central saint, casting their light to the corners of the chapel. Father Jeremiah, I thought, could be trusted with the secret, but he is like all the others. So the old priest has gone to the holding pens with his flock. He says he will enter into our world with them. A shepherd indeed. Alright, so now we're killing priests. And, well, apparently a bunch of people if he's going with his flock. I mean, that implies that not only are you killing the priest, but, you know, everybody who, everybody else in the church as well, or at least a good amount of them.
Your faith shackles your vision, Professor. It is an iron coffin that keeps you from grasping the future. We require a new deity, one of steam and the wheel, of magnetism and progress. The old god is nothing more than a lamed hog, spitting back offal at mankind.
Okay. If you say so. What's my sprint? Crouch. That would make sense for sprint. Left trigger. That's what it is. Okay. They flock to us now, where once I had to walk amongst them to bring salvation into their lives. Now, drawn by warmth and winter, by the food that Mandus distributes, my church is full and my charges are saved. He walks amongst them and they almost worship him. He will not allow them to work in his factories, claiming that his workforce are specially trained for the new machinery he uses, and that it would be irresponsible, nay unethical, to risk such precious lives as he sees here. The changed man since Mexico, it is to be praised that in the face of such appalling tragedy and from the confines of his sickbed, as he is often chained to, he conducts one of the greatest and most benevolent charities in all of London. Not content with the rise to become the dominant food produce business in the land, he distributes his goodwill, his fares, to the poor, and they congregate about his kingdom in gratitude. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to get a bunch of people to follow you, I mean, shockingly enough, doing good deeds generally will pull a lot of people to your side. I think I need this candle. It's on the map, it's something important, so. Hello? It's really loud. Well, it's not really it's a little bit sacrilegious, don't you think? Good lord, it's loud though, like damn. Saying something about statues too, but I don't. Oh, we're here. Ah, look at that. Weird. I don't know why they're important enough to mark, but whatever. Huh. No, that doesn't open either. I thought maybe I'd have to, like, shovel some crud into it, but I guess not. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. That probably released it. Yeah, there we go. Good old classic hidden stairs in the church. Okay. Down we go. Okay. Are we gonna have somebody in
Listen,
one of these?
Papa. Hold the egg to your ear. You can hear the sea.
Okay. That's some clothes there, I guess. Okay, it's kind of weird that my thing is that a lantern would be blinking like that. Alright. What exhumation is this? What rotten fruit? What beast stitching of parts? The hell does that mean? I doubt I will ever be found, yet I leave you this, scrawled in the malodorous half-light, whilst my tormentor shuffles below, my fellow prisoners keen and squeal in the gloam, and where I wait for the knocking upon my cage, that signifies it is finally my turn to make that dark journey into the interior. Okay. That looks like the last collectible. Anyway. Alright. Okay, well, I'm assuming that he's in there, but we can't really see him, so. Sure. Well, then. Wow, it got real dark in this corner. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way he's running over there and not... And I'm not having to deal with him. I mean, if he turns this way, I'm fucked. I say as he immediately turns this way. Well, aren't they pretty? See, now this is all it was needed for Amnesia, for the first games. You didn't need the whole sanity system so that even looking at them meant that you started to go crazy and fuck shit up and whatnot. It's unnecessary. Like that right there, perfectly fine. Because you know what? I could keep my eye on the enemy so I knew where he was. Without having to, you know, worry about it. Okay, apparently there's just nothing in this next area. Oh, entered the factory. Okay. But yeah, like, you see how that went, you know? I saw the enemy, I dodged the enemy. It all went well. Whereas in Amnesia, it was, you know, oh, I can't look to see where the enemy is, but you still expect me to
Water
dodge
in
them
his shoes. Always the
and
water.
get
And the
around them.
sparks of the embers of the wheels. It's too bony. It's too damn bony.
See, now, if they had made it in the other ones where if you saw their face, you went crazy or something, I mean, that would have made a little more sense. Just because obviously it would have given you a way to keep track of them. But then if they were chasing you, you wouldn't want to look back, you know?
These men, Professor, these so-called men of vision, they would shackle the masses to a wheel and turn it till their backs break. All for that opiate, the lure of profit. And these fools who lackey them, these priests, these officials, this government, they make pigs of us all.
But what solution, my dear man? How to break a cycle? You cannot simply remove the promise of a better world for these unfortunates. In the workhouses, in the orphanages, the belief in heaven is surely the only succor one can find.
We do not need to wait. We can bring forth paradise now. We can speed the passion. With only a small sacrifice, we can hold the apocalypse. With just a small sacrifice, we can free our shackles and deliver them to paradise now.
Alright, well. They sure are talking a lot about pigs, which makes sense, I guess. I guess I can pull out my lantern again. Not that it's super necessary here, but... I don't know if I can fit through there. Could I? Well, yeah, I guess I could have. Well, whatever. Does that mean the sun's gonna appear here? No. Honestly, a little bit surprised nothing appeared there, just because, like, it seemed like since they were forcing me down the one path that something would happen, you know? Okay, and then we have down and up. Guess let's try up first. Got some machinery stuff. Door. Oh. Alright. I feel like you wouldn't build a door that close. Hello?
Hear me, Mantis. I am compromised. Our contacts must be brief and occasional. Beware the wretches who populate this compound. The way you seek is under the pistons. When you meet the saboteur, you will understand everything.
Okay. The saboteur. Each compartment is ergonomically designed, with a feed trough at one end, so the product naturally settles into a position ready for the stunning arms to connect to the skull. We used a natural static charge built up by the friction of the carts against the belt to build an electrical charge, which is contained within glass vacuum canisters at the sides of the stunning arm mechanisms and delivered along the stun arms via copper cabling. We have observed that the artificial lighting contained within these canisters seems to calm the product further. Post-stunning, the line tilts sharply to the vertical, the physics of which tips the stunned product upwards to fall directly onto the hook of the bleeding line. This hook passes normally through the haunch or thigh of the product, and from this point, we dispense with the belt and instead instigate a channeled floor, which creates a funnel allowing blood and byproduct excretions to collect and run to the fluid collection tanks. Post-stunning, the line tilts sharply. I see. Efficient. I mean, assuming it would work. I feel like since you're dealing with presumably pigs, that like a significant amount of very minor things could change what happens, you know? It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, if it all works perfectly, it's all well and good, but the odds that it will work perfectly to enough of a degree is, you know, slim. Can I actually... Oh, look at that, I can shut it off. Alright, well, I guess we're going down then. I don't know what some of these... Like, there's a bunch of numbers on doors on my map here. And I don't know what they mean. Because, I mean, there's 2 3s even. Good lord. Look, I may not have spent that much time around pigs, as in basically none. But, I mean, I feel like that's not a normal noise. Is this the, Okay. Go. Get furnace 2 going. Furnace 1 is already going. Because... as soon as you enter the piston control room, it's on the right. Oh, the piston control room. Could it be this door right in front of me? Ah. A series of collecting vents have been installed along the ceiling at this stage of the line. In the process of stunning and bleeding, the product often expels stinking vapors from its digestive system, which can be collected, condensed, and used in the methane boiler to drive the engine as a whole. In this way, the more product is processed, the more power becomes available to the machine. The productivity is actually increased. A simple stroke of genius, but one that encapsulates the benefits of self-regulatory automation. See, now, I have no problem believing that, you know, they could collect the methane and put it in the thing to make it go better or whatever. My issue is that I don't think that it would provide, like, it would be like a good thing to have as like an extra. Like, it would increase efficiency because it would take minor strain, like it would provide a minor amount of power, but not nearly enough to make a difference. And in all honesty, with the amount of methane that you would get from it, and theoretically it wouldn't be a constant flow, I feel like it may not even end up working well, you know? 2, 4, and 6 apparently. 6 needs to I guess 4 is good though. Yeah, it looks like it. 3 isn't, though. 5 is good. Wow, can't throw those very far, though, can he? And then I'm assuming that I need the one that's over here at number 4. Oh, there's 2 there. Would I need them both? I mean, I don't really know how many I need, so I guess I may as well grab both. Because I don't remember how many were in the other one I did. I'm assuming before I pull any levers. Stop. Are your furnaces fuel? Almost. I got one more. Need to fuel up number 6. The 1A. There's no way that it's only one that we need. I mean, we may not have needed 4. But 1 seems unlikely. Danger, no entry to the under pistons when machinery is at rest. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, you're not allowed to go beneath the pistons unless they're moving. It seems like apparently we only needed 3. At most. That's all I'm getting for this one. Because, yeah, that seems like an odd, like almost the reverse of what you would want from a safety thing. Yeah. Oh, wait. No. Alright, well, let's try it with 3. Well, yeah, I guess that's enough. Oh, another pig mask. Can I put the pig mask on, and then the other pig things will ignore me because they'll just think I'm one of them? And it's also weird that I turn on the machinery and the power goes out. Okay, so the other node. Have things that we actually have to dodge. Gotta look for a passage in the fence to the right. Just disappeared into nowhere. God, it's loud here. Oh, not doing that. Can't see shit like that. Heard it close behind me. Now, I was gonna say, are we gonna have light down here to the sea? Because if there is stuff down here trying to kill me, then I mean, I have to assume that they can see the light. Life. No, I can't climb up on the conveyor belt. I'm just going to stick as close to the wall as I can, because I have to assume that anything down here is going to be patrolling, like, in the center of the pathways. Here, number 5. Uh-oh. I feel like it saw me. I mean, I was just straight up standing in the light, but... Okay, our note's supposed to... Yes. The product moves now into the bleeding. A system of spring-loaded blades are arranged here. Tension is built via a series of springs that run along the bleeding line, using the momentum of the product itself to build up the energy for the action ahead. The blades are released at a point of optimum tension as the product passes them. The combination of the speed of release and the sudden stop against the rubber buffers at the side of the line sets the blade spinning rapidly enough to cut the throat of the product. It is a clean, sympathetic, and efficient process. The product then continues along the line, and the natural bleeding process is allowed time to occur. The blood collecting in the angled basin at the foot of the line. The secondary spring blades are positioned at 2 further points along the line should the mid-level rubber buffers continue to be manipulated in the form of a semi-bled product thrashing or twitching. These movements automatically form the basis of the spring energy required to send the next bleeding blade into activity. So it's not even guaranteed to kill him. And even then, you say that it's humane or whatever, but you've already said that you stun them. Not kill, but stun. Oh, that's not stairs. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, don't know how I managed to dodge that guy. I don't know if he's still gonna follow me or not. I feel like we're good. Sure. Not quite sure how I didn't die, but I will take it. Okay. Don't know where we are. But hey, we dodged the pigs. I'm not quite sure how. They don't seem to do very much damage. The crate arrived this morning, and I had it delivered directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is humanoid in shape, but has suffered severe skeletal deformity. Remnants of leather straps encase the torso, which is deformed, with evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. It is difficult to ascertain whether this unfortunate is the recipient of some barbarous surgery or was born deformed, and an attempt to force his gnarled body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is I cannot tell, but I smell the orb upon him, and suspect my great uncle's presence in his curious condition. So it can be done. We can reshape the body into a tool, accelerate the processes of Mr. Darwin's evolution. But here my great uncle and I part company. He chose men as the subjects of his experiments, but men are difficult to control and rotten with sentimentality. No, we require a new creature for our chattels, loyal, clever, strong, and easily sated. So that's why he works on pigs instead. Okay. I get that. It's still weird, but it's at least somewhat understandable. And I mean, yeah, theoretically, I mean, we could probably do stuff to enhance or to like evolve faster, you know. I mean, it's a bunch of supervillain plots in comics and movies and that. But I mean, the issue with it is obviously the testing of it, you know, because you can't just suddenly have a way to do it, you know. Like, even if it's like this is almost guaranteed to work, that's still an almost. It's not a guarantee. So it's like, even if you get it to work, you still need to test it on somebody. Alright, what do we got here? Oh my god, there's so many things written on here. Oh. Well, that's probably not good. Oh, good lord. Can I leave now? Sure can. Alright. Hang on, let me read all of this, because I missed it. We sat here. I remember we sat in our black and we mourned and we prayed and we bowed our heads. How I hated God then, how I spurned him. If this is our Lord, this pig who robs me of my wife, and I refute his embrace, I will carve a new God for us all. Such madness, such a fool I was. If such blasphemous ravings had remained within me, I would be doomed. But even here, I feel the machine throb beneath the flags, and I know my path awaits me. The engine fires, the flames are stoked. I hear steam in the walls, vibrations upon the very air. My heart falters at the prospect of throwing the lever and exposing the workings of this dark contraption, but my children beckon me on, and I cannot fail them. It appears I have no choice, thus I descend, and may God have mercy upon my soul, if this is my bedlam, and I am to be cast as Matthews, and I will wear that mantle for the sake of my boys, and face whatever horrors lie beneath the altar. My soul shudders at what I have seen, but at last I have reached the main part of the factory. Now, onwards, downwards, to find those floodwaters and drain them away. Like Moses, I will cleave the waters and lift my darlings clear of its vile cradle. The pistons are silent, the plant is at rest. I must poke the hornet's nest to open my way, I fear. The scale of these engines suggests a far greater works than is visible from the surface. So my friend must be correct then, and the larger part of this plant is underground. We are close to the Thames. No wonder flooding is such a risk. The fires are stoked. Assuming the same architect is responsible here as with the chemical plant, I surmise that a centralized control system regulates and operates the pistons. Should be a simple matter of finding it and hoping the saboteur relented after simply extinguishing the fires. What did that dark voice instruct me to do? Under the pistons, into the tunnels, and onto the bilge pumps. And if the doors should be locked, I will have to find another means of descent. I cannot trust them, but my path is set. I shall ignore those noises, that snuffling, those shuffling steps below me. I will brave whatever lurks beneath, and I will save them. Bruised and battered, but alive, I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle, but I am driven to find my family, and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find the way to the bilge, drain the fluid, free your children. Alright, so we'll end this part here. Next time, we'll obviously continue on and see what awaits us ahead. We've actually finally got into some enemies that will hurt us, although they hit me quite a few times and I didn't die, which is curious because I don't think that I turned on like an easy mode or anything. I don't think I had that option. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time for more.